The moment we've been waiting for has finally arrived. Senzo Mchunu came to the ad hoc committee to bring his side of the story. My opinion to everything that he's said, even though I didn't sit down and watch the whole session, but I feel like Senzo Mchunu has dagelo. Look, take for example, Senzo Mchunu is saying that the political killing task team has become an expense. A lot of funds are being spent on this political task team, which is only serving KZN. And yes, he agrees that the political killings task team has been successful in reducing the political killings in KZN. But because it does not serve the entire country, he decides that it's okay to disband it. Well, crazy? Are you serious, Mchunu? Because if somebody is doing well, that gives you the reason for that person to be expanded. Why do you decide to dissolve a team that is doing so well instead of expanding it? Look at it this way, Mr. Mchunu. Let me educate you. If somebody is doing so well into a space that has been largely ignored, that person now have gained experience. So what you need to do is to promote that person so that he can lead and bring in other colleagues to the level of performance that they've been into. In terms of Mugisho Guti, the political killings task team, abantu abesebenza kuyona kumele ngabe manje bayapromotwa so that they can rope in other SAPS members and bring them up to speed and teach them how they've been doing what they're doing and how they've become so successful in what they've been doing. But when SpongeBob head, you decide that you want to disband them. It doesn't make sense. You disband them, you're bringing them to murder and robbery division or task force or whatever the case you want to call it, which is dead meat because it's not performing. You're taking a high-performing somebody, you're bringing them to an underperforming team. How do you expect that person to perform? You want that person to underperform. For what reason? What do you aim to achieve if that person starts to underperform? Take the top-performing person, give them leadership position, give them leadership role so that they can rope in other SEPS members so that they can perform to that level of that person. I'm Mchunu, man. Personally, what I've observed from Minister Mchunu is that he's got that ANC arrogance. He may see it as confidence, but for us as South Africans at large, we see it as arrogance. Most of his responses were evasive, just like General Sibiya. General Sibiya was so evasive. Sometimes you're being asked a simple question that requires a yes or no, and then you go on and start elaborating and start explaining the unexplainable. Come on, we just need a straightforward answer. And then you go and explain and justify the answer, that's not what we're here to listen to. So Mchunu come across to me as somebody who thinks that he is above all powers. If you can recall, he even said that the letter that he wrote was wrote by himself while he was sitting at home enjoying the New Year's Eve, and then he expects everyone else to be at the office and working. But yes, he accounts for the letter that he wrote, but he was sitting at home and then he expects everyone else to be working. You see that? To me, that's crazy. You knew exactly that the National Commissioner is at home enjoying the holidays, but then you go on and write this letter to disband. And the funny thing is, he now starts to justify that immediately does not mean immediately. What the fuck is that? What nonsense? What bullshit is that? You're saying that immediately does not mean immediately. Look at him. He further went on and said that granting funds, approving funds does not mean that you approve continuity. How do you allow something to continue and then you fund it, but then okay, let me just say this again. How do you approve funding for something that you aim to disband. It's simply because the politicians don't take serious public funds. This is our money, this is our taxpayers' money, but you people don't take it serious. It's so easy to say, I know, approve the funding, but I'm going to disband it. While the funding is approved and all the expenses are being paid for by taxpayers' money, you decide to disband. Enye into engicasula kakhulu mina is that SpongeBob is now comparing himself to a president. Does he think that he is a president? He even went as far as saying that when the president came to KZN, he announced the political killings task team, but he never brought in the generals, Masimula, Mkhwanazi, and everyone else. So now he thinks that because the president did that, it is with him's right to do the same thing. Mr. Mchunu, let me educate you. You are not the president of the Republic of South Africa. So don't treat yourself as one. And to be honest with you, the dream of becoming a president has been flushed down the toilet.